welcome to another Behind the Scenes with New South Wales State Archives. Today we have a treat for you. Today we're going to look at assisted passenger lists. Now these particular passenger lists are copied onto microfilm and available both in our reading room and also at many libraries around Australia. And they're also digitised on the Ancestry website. So it's very unusual to see the original records that I'm showing you today. So this particular group of records are the board's passenger lists. They cover the years 1848 to 1896 and they list assisted immigrants coming into Sydney. So an assisted immigrant is someone who was sponsored to come out to New South Wales under one of the many subsidised schemes that ran throughout the second part of the 19th century, where people sponsored labourers and workers to come out to New South Wales, which desperately needed those people here. This particular list is for the Lady Elgin, which arrived in August 1854. We'll open it up and you can have a look. So you can see it is actually a list that's been just written on pieces of paper and then we've microfilmed those. Now they listed the immigrants alphabetically, so here we've got James and Elizabeth Beattie as the first people listed coming out. So they would list the married couples and their children, and then they do single females and single males. And you can see here that all of the Beattie children are listed, from Jane, who's 22, down to Sarah, who was 7. Going across the page, we've got the ages of everybody, their calling or their occupation, their native place and county, the parents' names if they're alive, and their residences. And this is quite unique to this particular series of records. You don't see parents' names on any other immigration records that we're aware of for New South Wales. Religious denomination and level of education, whether they could read or write, is recorded, as well as relations in the colony. And relations in the colony is another piece of information that's quite unique to this record. The records tell us that the people were usually in good health, had good strength, and they were probably quite useful once they arrived, which is handy to know if you've sponsored someone else to come out. And then they'll also record whether there were any complaints respecting the voyage or the staff on board the ship. So this is another one of my favourite records.